It's about 8:30 in the morning. I just finished cardio and I thought I had to share this lesson with you because it's very important if you want to get in the best shape of your life and just move ahead in life in general. Every single morning I have a routine, especially now that I'm cutting to 10% body fat. And that routine is that I have to get 4,000 steps in every single morning, which is typically a 30 to 40 minute walk. And today, I walk outside or I look out the window and it's pouring. Right now, this is like 1/10 of what it was. It was like straight up pouring here in Miami. Right now, it's a little bit of water, whatever. But I was like, how am I gonna get my steps in? It's pouring outside. I'm not about to go walk in the rain and get drenched. And because I have systems in my life and because I have integrity, I understand I have to get some sort of movement in the morning. So I made the decision, I have to go do my cardio early. And I'm gonna do 40 minutes. And just the thought of it was such a big hassle for me. Just sitting there thinking at like 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning, yo, I gotta go do 40 minutes of cardio right now, right after getting up, while I'm in a calorie deficit for the last few weeks, while I'm hungry, all I could think about is food. And I have to go do cardio right now? I have to go do fucking cardio right now? That's what I'm thinking. Then I go and do my cardio because I'm not a bitch and I do what I need to do. And when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it anyway, or I do it regardless of my feelings. I hit the cardio, the first 10 minutes are brutal. My mind is trying to convince me why I should quit. You don't need to do cardio. This is hard. This is annoying. You're starving. My stomach was rumbling like the entire time, especially in the beginning. I was inverted because I was so hungry. And I still am. I'm making this video, I still didn't eat. And as I'm getting all these thoughts, I enable a mental framework I have. And this mental framework is something you need to understand if you want to win. The first 10% is always the hardest. What do I mean by that? The thought of going to do 40 minutes of cardio is very hard. Me going upstairs, getting on the cardio machine and turning it on, that's the hard part. Getting to the gym, that's the hard part. Starting the task, that's the hard part. First 10 minutes were brutal. I'm on minute 15. I get to 20 minutes, 25, 30. And all of a sudden, I'm zoned in. I'm zoned in. I'm locked into the task. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not thinking about food. I'm not thinking about how hungry I am. My stomach's rumbling. I got this task to do later. I got this thing I gotta do. All of that goes away. And I'm locked in to the cardio. I'm locked in. All of a sudden, all of those thoughts telling me I need to quit and this is hard, they vanish. And I start feeling this sense of ease. Because the cardio went from difficult to almost effortless. I was so in the thing that the hardship went away and I was locked in. But I was still doing the same exact speed, the same exact incline. It was still the same level of difficulty. But all of a sudden, it's like, it didn't feel hard anymore. And that's when I knew I hit something, it's something I call the momentum phase. This is what happens when you're locked into something. You get past the first 10%, and all of a sudden, you're breezing through it. It becomes effortless. You build momentum, and it's no longer this uphill battle. It's like you're going downhill instead of uphill. And then from there, from minute 15, 20, all the way up until 40, it just kept getting easier and easier and easier. And I got it done. And now that I'm done, I'm sitting here and I'm just telling myself like, yo, or I'm thinking to myself, I'm so fucking proud I did that. And the key lesson for you, bro, is that the first 10% is the hardest. And this is where most people quit. Most people don't even start. Most people never get on the treadmill. Most people never start working out. Most people never start the diet or the business or whatever it is because of the first 10%, because they see this thing that they need to accomplish as this massive task. When in reality, you're just overestimating the first 10%. If I told you to climb Mount Everest and you looked at the top of the mountain, you would shit yourself and you'd never even try. But if I said, look fucking down at your boots and take one step, you could take one more step. Maybe you won't climb Mount Everest. Maybe you'll get 20, 30, 40% of the way through. Maybe you will climb to the top. It doesn't matter. The point is, you could always take one more step. You could take one more step. And that's what I was doing. I said, just get to the gym. Got to the gym. Just turn the fucking machine on. I turned the machine on. Get to the first 5 minutes. Then I got to the first 5 minutes. And then you probably experienced this too on the cardio machine or when you're running. You create games, little games within the big game so that you could accomplish the entire thing. When I get on the treadmill, I don't think I have to do 40 minutes because if I did, I'd want to fucking die. What I do is I create games. Just get to the first 5 minutes. So I'm at minute 3. I'm thinking I just got to get to minute 5. I get to minute 5. I just got to get to minute 10. When I'm at 12 minutes, just get to 15. When I'm at 18, just get to 20. Just get halfway there. And when I continuously just take one more step and beat these little games I create for myself, my brain can handle it. I don't feel overwhelmed. But if I said, yo, go do 40 minutes or go climb Mount Everest, your brain is going to explode. You're not going to be able to do it. Create little games, and over enough wins, you're going to create a fucking big win. You're going to climb Mount Everest. This is how you have to think if you want to win. If you apply this to your diet, just get through this meal, get through the first day, get through the first week. Eventually, you're going to have so many little wins that it's been 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 20 weeks, and you're down 15, 20 pounds of fat. You've built muscle, and you're in the best shape you've ever been in. But most people, including you, will not start because of the perceived difficulty at the beginning. What a shame that you could have been this ripped, disciplined, ambitious, successful individual, but you bitched out because of the first 10%. What a shame that you could have been someone so much more. You could have been a better person. You could have been more disciplined. You could have had more accomplishments. You could have inspired your family. If only you went through that difficult thing in the beginning. And honestly, bro, it wasn't even that difficult. It's perceived difficulty. It seems difficult at the beginning. Like I said, the first 10%, it seems like this impossible task. But if you focus on 1%, then 2%, then 3%, then 4%, then 5%, you get this shit done. It won't even be hard, bro. That cardio, it seemed harder than it was. I'm done with it now. It wasn't even that hard, genuinely. But guess what? I do this shit every single day, and I'm gonna be at 10% body fat. I'm gonna be ripped out of my mind. I'm gonna be so internally fulfilled that you can't even imagine. All because I get through the first 10%. All because I don't bitch out. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do if you want to win. I apply this with myself every single day. I apply this concept with my clients inside of my coaching program. And that's why if you're ever on my Instagram or you go through my highlights, you see all of their results and they're insane. It's because we have these mental frameworks. All of the information is out there. You know what to do to get in shape for the most part. The problem is you don't have the mindset, you don't have the mental frameworks, and you don't have the integrity to follow through. And this is why I'm sharing this mindset with you, and I'm not just only giving you tips and tricks. Yes, that'll help. Yes, I give that to my guys. But the most important thing is this mindset. And if you're watching this video, you probably understand that. and you are smart enough to realize you need to apply this if you want to win. So when you look at this impossible task you have to do, realize it's just the first 10%. Get through the first 10 fucking percent and you're gonna win. You're gonna win. I was thinking about making this video as I was finishing up my cardio. And even this, I was like, oh, you gotta record a video. You haven't really talked to the camera today. Is it gonna come out well? All these excuses came up why I shouldn't start recording. But then I realized, bro, even if it sounds shit the first 10%, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna be able to organize your thoughts and communicate it to the camera in a way that makes sense and that gets the message across. And as a result, you will feel fulfilled because you posted the video, and you would have helped and inspired the people who watched this video. And maybe 1, 2, 3, 10, doesn't matter. Even one person watches this video, applies the mental framework, goes and does something productive and gets a result, this video would have been worth it. And I knew that, and I thought it all the way through, and that's why I got outside the gym, I fucking put this thing over here so I could set up my phone because I don't have a tripod. I moved this heavy ass desk, you can see it's not aligned. I moved this heavy ass fucking desk because it was pouring when I started, so I wouldn't be sitting in the rain. There's a roof right above me. If I didn't move this heavy ass table, I would be right here where these other chairs are, and I'd be getting rained on. I went through all of these obstacles that, trust me, my mind was telling me, don't do it. You have to move the fucking heavy ass table. It's raining. You don't have a tripod. I went through this mental barrier because I knew the first 10% is the bitch. And I'm not losing to no bitch. You know what I mean? I'm getting through it. So I did all of this shit, put the camera down, organized my thoughts, and started speaking. Started pouring my heart out into this fucking camera. And now you get to watch this video. You get inspired. You have a new way of thinking. You're gonna apply it. You better apply it. And you're gonna get a result in your life, because that's why I make these videos. I apply this mindset constantly throughout my day, every single day. On the cardio, on my meals, on even recording this video. So I'm not just talking out my ass. I'm walking the walk, bro. I'm walking the walk. And I instill these frameworks into my clients every single day, which is why they fucking win. Which is why they win. I don't bullshit, bro. I know I'm talking real aggressive to you, and I'm trying to tell you that my intention isn't to be malicious. When I was fat, I needed someone to be aggressive with me. I needed someone to say, yo, you're being a bitch right now. Get the fuck up and do what you need to do. That's what I needed. I don't like that soft bullshit, bro. And you probably don't like it either, which is why you're like 13 minutes into this video and you're still watching it. But that's all for this one, yo. Had to get it out. Had to get the message across. And I hope this was valuable to you. And more importantly, I hope you apply this shit into your life. Because if you do, and you do this every day, and you just take one more step towards your goal every single day, bro, in a year you're gonna wake up, look around and be like, yo, what the fuck even happened? I'm living a completely different life. That's what happened with me. A year ago, I was way worse shape. I was in way worse shape. I was living in my dad's basement in Brooklyn. Now I wake up, I'm in Miami, living the fucking dream. That's all for this one, yo. Take care. Let's fucking go.